So for this third story of my reading history, I wanted to talk about some reading traditions that we had in my family that were important. And these traditions took place all over our house, so I kind of want to take you around in different spots that these traditions took place. So first, I'll talk about what happened in this room. Before we had this piano here, we had tables and couches, and we would sit with our mom and read Babar books. So I have a couple different Babar books because we loved these growing up. When my grandparents would come over, we would do Babar paintings and colorings with them because Babar was the best. So now I will talk about some other traditions that we had. So we had traditions upstairs, bedtime stories outside, and downstairs in the basement at Christmas time, which we'll get to in a second if you follow me downstairs. Okay. So every year we have a Christmas party here when my entire family comes. So we usually put our Christmas tree here and move the couches a little bit. So our Christmas tradition that had to do with reading was we would have like all the cousins read together. So first, when we were little, my grandma read these Christmas stories to us, but now that we're older, we read these to the little cousins that are in diapers and a little bit older. So the first one that we read, these are the 3 books we read every year at Christmas, but I'll talk about this one first. As I said in another story blog, the Madeline book is really important because I love it as growing up. And so we would read Madeline Christmas because it's predominantly female cousins, so we all love this one. The other one that we read was The Littlest Martushka, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right still, but we call them babushkas. We just love that story too, and we actually have them here. So these are always really super fun to play with while someone else is reading, to open them up and make smaller ones. So that was something weird that we did as a family on Christmas. The third book we would read every Christmas, and we still do, and now we read it to our small cousins, is Corduroy's Christmas, where Corduroy loses his button. So those are 3 books that we loved to read right around the Christmas tree, which is usually here. Now I'll talk about this last book that was super important to me that we read outside in the summers. This book is super funny because it really relates to me and my 2 older sisters, and we have so many copies. I just found 2 copies quick when I was looking for one because everyone thought it was like us 3 girls, so they would send us this as gifts. So this is a story about 3 girls, 3 sisters, and their names are Mary, Mabel, and Molly, and my name's Molly, obviously, and my oldest sister's name's Mary. My middle sister's named Maggie, which is close to Mabel, but not exactly. So, and our hair colors all matched their 3 hair colors when we were growing up. I was actually bleach blonde, and so it's just a super funny story. And as I found this book, I looked to see who gave us this copy, and it's funny because Cara Glendenning, who's in this class, gave this copy to me in 2002 because it reminded her and her mom of us 3 girls. So that's another story that we like to read outside in the summer, or go to a park and read. So yeah, so those are 3 of my reading traditions growing up and where they took place throughout my house.